Hello everyone, Ahmed here. Hope you guys are doing really well. I'm doing pretty good too. Welcome back to my channel. So today I will be taking a look at a fragrance from Ahmed Almaghribi, and that's gonna be Zeleny, which I mean kind of got like hyped up in the community, especially in the eastern side of the world. So let's see how this is. Let's get started. So here's how the presentation looks like. If you have tried what do you call it, Blue by Ahmed Almaghribi, you will know how the presentation looks like. It's basically a two-part presentation. It's just basically a sliding presentation. The top slides into place, and that's about it. Zeleny written on the front, the back has some information, the sides have designs to it. That's mostly about it. It's 100 ml, and the concentration is, the alcohol volume is 64.2%. So expecting a concentration of about more than 35 or just a bit over 35. So let's see how this one performs. If it does, match the performance of Ahmed Almaghribi Kaf. I mean, the expectations of Ahmed Almaghribi is kind of similar to that with every fragrance they release, right? The Kaf, like, it actually set the bar for performance when it comes to Ahmed Almaghribi, right? This is the podium where the fragrance sits on. A really nice touch, I would say. As you guys can see, the fragrance sits over here. So yeah, that's mostly it. And underneath the podium, there's some barcode and stuff like that. And on one side of the podium, you're gonna get that batch production date and the Ahmed Almaghribi logo, the sticker, basically. That's about it for the presentation part of things. Now let's get to the bottle itself. The bottle looks green. On my light, I think it's it is kind of looking like yellow, but it kind of looks like green, right? And the fragrance also represents this color, well, in sort of a way, right? And the cap, it's golden, which is nice. It's a plastic cap, and it does have it has nothing on the inside, which is okay. I mean, that's fine. It is a plastic cap. It does have some weight to it. However, I mean, at least not like super lightweight. It doesn't feel like that cheap. However, now coming to the sprayer, as you guys can see, the sprayer is golden, so which is kind of nice. If I have to spray, kind of moved away because yeah. Anyways, this does have some pressurized atomizer, right? It does have pressurized atomizer. So this is what I don't like about pressurized atomizer, because the way pressurized atomizers like kind of spray, it kind of goes all over the place. Whereas Ahmed Almaghribi Blue, I'm just gonna show you. See, it kind of shoots like zip, right? And you see this as a pressurized atomizer. This kind of goes backwards, right? So yeah, that's what I don't like about pressurized atomizers, because whenever I spray it on my shirt, it kind of flies all over the place. It doesn't stick where I intended to stick it, or like land it, whatever that is. So yeah, now let's talk about the smell itself. The smell is really good. The fragrance, I mean, the quality, the blending, really good. Performance, yeah, I'll talk about it. First of all, let me say the price. This is that $20, sub $20 range of a fragrance, right? So I mean, it's kind of very affordable to a lot of people, and you can easily get it on like a lot of different online websites, or a lot of seller usually sell these stuff, right? So if I have to describe the smell itself, the smell, it kind of reminds me of a shampoo that I used a long time back, but I can't exactly remember what shampoo it was. It was a green kind of a bottle. So if I have to describe the smell, it opens up very fruity. The fruitiness is almost like, you could say, fruity sweetness. Like, you take green apple, right? You take a green apple, you slice it, and it has a very juicy, fruity, slightly fruity sweet kind of a feel, right? So it exactly has that. It has that really apple forward kind of fruity sweetness, green apple forward, specifically green apple forward kind of fruity sweetness, right off the top. And this is what actually, like, is the total smell. and the more it goes through the dry down, it kind of gets, you know, a bit musky. Like you're gonna get that slight hints of musk lying here and there. You're gonna get hints of some hints of like earthiness. You really have to dig your nose in if you really have to, like, you know, get that earthiness, slight earthiness touches to it. But that's the very late dry down, almost when the fragrance is almost off, right? So mostly it's linear. It is just a smell of, you know, green apple, very juicy, very fruity, and that's mostly it. And there are definitely some florals lingering here and there. I specifically picked up jasmine from it. The jasmine is definitely present, but it's you know, it's a supporting kind of a note. It just, you know, just um, like gives some sort of like a dynamic to it. It doesn't, you know, make it like one dimensional, like straight up apple sweetness or fruity apple sweetness. It does have some floral touches to it, which, you know, just kind of makes things, you know, just okay. I mean, you got this, you got some floral aspects to it, you got some musky aspects to it. Yeah, that's mostly it. So this is what the fragrance smells like, and as I was saying, it does remind me of a shampoo that I used a long back, and that shampoo was a green bottle too. I think if I'm not able to remember that name. I tried all day remembering that shampoo's name, but I just couldn't because it was such a long time back. But what came right at the top of my head was Garnier Fructis kind of a shampoo. I think there is a shampoo by, yeah, let's just mention the name, Garnier Fructis. Uh, like the green bottle stuff like that. I'm not exactly sure if you can find a shampoo nowadays at stores, but it does have that resemblance, the smell, Zeleny. So yeah, it's kind of nice. And if I have to say, is it for men or women? I think honestly, as it smells a bit of like shampoo-y kind of a smell, I think both genders can easily pull it off. It's nothing. Let's just say too manly or too womanly. It's okay. I mean, it's right down the middle. To some extent, I mean, I would say for some women, to some extent, they would say this kind of smells like a bit masculine, but to me, it doesn't smell that masculine at all. It smells unisex to me. So yeah, that's mostly about it for the smell. Now coming to the performance side of things, as I just mentioned, not a huge power to pack on this. Unfortunately, I mean, I did expect a 35% oil concentration. However, it doesn't deliver on that, unfortunately. As I just said, uh, like when they released Kaf, when Kaf got really hyped, the performance that you know, it actually had, it packed a punch. I mean, it could, like, you know, wow, I mean, it could like eat up a lot of people's scent of the day or scent of the even night, you could say. It's that damn powerful. However, I think that kind of is, again, I would say, is the Achilles heel of this fragrance, because the way Kaf was, you know, delivering on its performance to price ratio, performance to price value, I think, like, we all kind of expected that most of the Ahmed, or if not all, the Ahmed Almaghribi releases will have, if not more or so, on that level of Kaf performance. So yeah, this doesn't deliver on that sort of huge big bang sort of like a performance. However, the performance isn't that bad. However, on my shirt, if I have to say that this did last a bit more than Ahmed Al-Maghribi Blue. Ahmed Al-Maghribi Blue lasted around 4.5 to 5 hours. This lasted around 6 hours on my shirt. So, I mean, kind of like hour or half hour worth of difference, but still, I mean, it's a plus. And in terms of the projection is where this two mainly differs, right? This one projected around like 45 minutes, and this one, the Zeleny, it projected for an hour and a half, double the projection. I don't know how. The longevity, you could say, is more or less the same, with this having a slight edge to it, but the projection is almost double in this one. I got 1.5 hours. So if I have to say how it like performs like in terms of projection, for, you know, at least I would say an hour, like people around you are gonna be able to detect you. Like for an hour, it's gonna be around that 3 to 4 foot range, projecting really nicely. Because as I said, it's a fruity apple kind of a sweet kind of a fragrance, fruity sweet. Because and fruity sweet fragrances tend to have like a bit of projection to it, rather than like just citrusy up top fragrances, right? The citrusy up top fragrances, if it's too citrusy, it will project for like let's say 15 to 20 minutes, and then the fragrance will die down, right? But when it comes to fruity sweet fragrances like this one kind of has that constant, you could say, projection for a bit longer. Um, so that's the projection for an hour, 3 to 4 feet, and then for the next 30 to 40 minutes, it would be around that 1 foot range, and then after that, it would just turn into a skin scent and go on till the 6th hour mark. Um, that's about it. For the performance on skin, it might vary from people to people, from person to person. Um, so on skin, I'm not gonna comment on that. Test it out for yourself. So yeah, that's mostly it. And if I have to say about the versatility of this, I think this is versatile as well. I like the Ahmed Almaghribi blue one. It can be worn to the gym, to the class, office. I'm not exactly sure because I think you have to carry it. Just reapply it if you're okay with carrying some sort of fragrances with you in your bag. I think, or just keep it in your office desk. I think, like, okay, you can respray, you can use it in your office, but then you can like wear this casually, going out for some errands, going up to pick up some groceries, hanging out with friends for an hour or two, going just here and there. That's about it. Just as I said, just regular stuff. So in terms of casual wear, this is great, and it's a cheapie as well, so it won't burn your pocket too much. So yeah, and that's the versatility stuff. Now coming to the occasion side of things, I think this is an all-weather rounder, but I would definitely say avoid in super high heat. Just that's it. Avoid in super high heat. Anything over 35 degrees Celsius doesn't tend to perform well and doesn't smell that well, because over 35 degrees Celsius we tend to sweat a lot, and then perfume with the sweat and everything just makes an awful experience. So I think under 35 degrees Celsius, I think this would be a good option as well. All weather, I mean all year rounder, all weather, you could say, usable apart from the high heat. That's about it. And who would I recommend this to? I think if you are a university student, college student, even like school student, I think you can get both this one, the blue, and Zeleny. But if you ask me which one smells better, to me, in my opinion, I think Zeleny smells a bit better because it has got the shampooy sort of a feel to it, and it's my personal taste. I kind of lean more towards unisex sort of fragrances which doesn't have overly masculine touches, which does have some feminine touches to it. So I do lean towards like unisex fragrances, like this one, Zeleny. However, I won't say a Blue by Ahmed Almaghribi is bad at any sense. It's just that it's my taste. Now you can try them out, both. I mean, decants and stuff like that. You can text Robin Bhai, who has actually given me this to review. So you can text him and he will provide you a decant for both of them, and you can try them and decide for yourself which one you can buy. And obviously, for the price, as I just said, it's around the sub $20 range. I mean, for the price itself, I think both of them are really good, to be honest. I mean, um, are they worth keeping in your collection? For me, I would say no, because I'm a performance freak, because I love my fragrances to perform. But at times also, I don't want performance. It's kind of a weird thing, because when I have, let's say, when I have to go to work, let's say for an hour or two, or if I have to go out for an hour or two, somewhere, someplace, I don't need that sort of performance, right? So that's sort of kind of a waste to it, because sometimes I do have that sort of like occasions, where I have to go 1 or 2 hours outside. So like on that time, I kind of feel like, okay, what if I had some fragrances that didn't perform as loud as I have in my collection? Because most of the fragrances I have in my collection are either very loud or very, it performs throughout the day. So yeah, if you don't want that kind of stuff, that will stick to you all day, that will, super project like into people's faces and stuff like that. I think this too is a very good choice if you want to are sort of reserved, calm, quite sort of like a, cozy. I wouldn't say cozy, but more of like a reserved, cool sort of, if you're a cool person, doesn't want to, if you don't want your fragrances to project much. Yeah, I know many people that don't want their fragrances to be super loud or don't spray too much. I think these two are a very good choice for the price. So yeah, you can take a look at this two stuff, and I think that's it for the two review. I hope you enjoyed it. A subscribe would definitely help me motivate for the future videos as well. So hope to see you on the next one then. Take care. Bye bye guys.